Welcome to the ASP .NET WebForms step-by-step series designed specifically for absolute beginners who want to learn WebForms the right way from the ground up. In this series, you will master key topics like the WebForms page lifecycle, working with the server control, understanding code behind the structure, managing state, and accessing data using SQL. Whether you are a complete beginner, a student preparing for interviews, or a developer transitioning from other technologies, this series is perfect for you. Each video is hands-on with live code, practical examples, and project-based learning to help you apply what you learn instantly. Don't forget to subscribe to ASP NET and SQL Academy and turn on notifications so you never miss a video in this beginner-friendly WebForms series. Welcome to our tutorial on adding controls to your WebForms project. First, let us open the default.aspx file. You can switch to design view to visually lay out your controls or use split view to see both the design and the underlying code simultaneously. This flexibility helps you understand how changes in design affect the code. Now, let us add some controls to our web form. Open the toolbox on the left side of the screen. From there, drag a label control onto the form and name it label 1. Next, drag a button control onto the form and name it button 1. These controls will allow us to display a message and trigger an action when the button is clicked. With the button control selected, let us change its properties. In the Properties window, set the text property to Click Me. This will provide a clear prompt for users to click the button, enabling user interaction. Next, we need to add functionality to our button. Double-click on button 1 to generate the button 1 click event handler in the code behind the file. Inside this method, add the following line of code. Label1.text is equal to hello from ASP.NET WebForms. This code sets the text of label 1 when the button is clicked, allowing us to display a message to the user. Let us take a closer look at the generated code. The button 1 click method is triggered whenever button 1 is clicked. The sender parameter gives us a reference to the button that was clicked. This structure allows us to handle multiple button clicks within the same method if needed, making our code more efficient. Now it is time to test our application. Press F5 to run the project. Once it loads in your browser, click the Click Me button. You should see the message Hello from ASP.NET Web Forms displayed in label 1. This confirms that our button click event is functioning as intended. If the button doesn't respond or the label doesn't update, there are a few common issues to consider. Ensure that your event handler is correctly linked to the button. You can also set breakpoints in your code to troubleshoot and verify that the button one click method is being executed. To enhance user experience, consider adding additional features. For example, you could add a second button to clear the message in label 1 or change the label's color when the button is clicked. These enhancements can make your application more interactive and visually appealing. In summary, we have walked through the steps to add a label and button to our WebForms application. We opened default.aspx, added the control, implemented the button click, and successfully tested the application. This process illustrates the simplicity and power of ASP.NET Web Forms. Thank you for joining this tutorial. As you continue our learning journey, consider exploring more controls available in ASP.NET, such as drop-downs and grids. You can also learn about data binding and implementing validation to improve your user input handling. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tutorials. Let us enhance functionality by adding a second button. Drag another button control onto the form and name it Button Clear. Change its text property to Clear Message. This button will allow users to reset the label message, making the app more interactive and user-friendly. Now, double-click the Button Clear button to create its click event handler. In the method, add label1.text equal blank empty. This will clear any message shown in the label. Simple but effective, it improves the user experience by letting them reset the message without refreshing the page. Let us make the label visually appealing. In the button one click method, add lines to change the font color and make it bold. This makes the feedback more noticeable when the button is clicked, helping to capture the user's attention. A key concept in WebForms is auto postback. When set to true, controls like a drop-down list can trigger postbacks automatically when their value changes. This allows you to execute server-side logic instantly without requiring an extra button click. When using view state, the label's value remains consistent even after the page reloads. For example, after clicking the button and causing a postback, label1.txt will still display the message because view state preserves it. This is a core feature of ASP.NET Web Forms. A few tips for beginners. Always use meaningful IDs like a button submit or LBL message to keep your code readable. Test your app after every small change to avoid confusion later. And remember to use comments to describe what your code does. It is a great habit that helps with debugging and future updates. To wrap up, we created a web form with label and button controls, wrote event handlers for interaction, and enhanced design with colors and formatting. You also learned about view state and auto postback, two essential concepts for ASP.NET Web Forms. Great job sticking through this hands-on tutorial. Again, thanks for watching. Your next steps include using controls like a text box and drop down list, adding data validation, or learning how to use master pages to create consistent layouts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and explore our full playlist on ASP.NET Web Forms for more in depth tutorials.